Time to start a new series of every fishing game for a console. This time, we'll look at the Nintendo 64, a console that hasn't aged as well as the PlayStation 1 or even Sega Saturn in a way, namely with its controller. Jesus H. Christ, is it bad?
It's awful.
Anyways, this console only ever got two known English fishing games, those being BassMasters 2000 and Bass Hunter 64. So we'll cover Master first and Hunter later on.
Of course!
I enjoy fishing games as well as bowling, hunting, zombies, and simulation. I've kind of figured out what I was into as a kid, kind of like what kind of waifus I was into thanks to cartoons, video games, and Space Jam. Any game that lets you customize a character, albeit advanced or basic, is always something I enjoy. I just like having customization options. Any chance to personalize a gaming experience in any capacity is a win in my book. So yes, we'll start out with character customization, which is basic yet doable. We can pick our gender, head, which would determine our race/skin color, hat, hair, vest, pants, shoes, and our name. We can even save a few characters to be used whenever we want to access them. Unlike Bethesda, who has yet to realize we don't want to rely on mods to save our characters we spent hours creating.
Can I get an amen?
Once you're ready to proceed, the next step is setting up a game. You can pick the lake, season, weather, air temp, time, wind speed, water, and water temp. There's only 3 lakes to fish in, and of course 3 seasons of spring, summer, and fall. That's a decent amount of customization, but I wish there was a bit more variety in lakes to fish in. Maybe some non-lake bodies of water. Why not ponds or even rivers?
No man can have everything he wants.
The controls are just god-awful. Not only does it take forever to even try to comprehend the casting, it's a pain to even hook a fish. That is if one ever bites. Given the Nintendo 64 controller is something straight out of Satan's wet dream, you can understand what I'm saying when I say this game is so clunky and unintuitive that I'd rather drink bleach through my anus while playing a didgeridoo with my pee hole and making out with a barracuda than play this game anymore.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
You just use A to confirm, B to cancel, the D-pad for view change, the Z and R shoulder buttons are for altering your drag, L shoulder button is to quickly reel in your cast to recast, and the analog stick is to cast. Yep, you use the analog stick to cast instead of a button and a gauge like other fishing games. So you may be thinking, this must mean it works better, right?
Right? Wrong!
Instead, because of a Nintendo 64's analog stick sensitivity and fragility, yeah, try saying that 10 times fast, you will accidentally cast when you don't want to. In turn, this will lead to time wasted on reeling in to recast. Everything is just so clunky, it's hard to put into words how badly everything feels, and the layout just screams someone who doesn't know what the fuck they were doing.
What a strike! You're supposed to be catching bass.
Who's more dead inside? That's the game I play.
It's me.
There are 4 game modes to play in BassMasters 2000. The first is Exhibition, which is free fishing basically, except fish rarely are seen, bite, and the controls are hard to fight.
What?
again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
It's just a clunky, boring fishing game that offers not much. Heck, you can't even keep the fish you catch anyways. You're only supposed to catch bass. I hate it when games include other kinds of fish just to be obstacles. Let me fish for whatever I want, especially in a free fishing mode. Why even include a free fishing mode if you can't freely fish?
Ooh, snap the line.
I know you told your friend you're not okay.
Heck, I couldn't even have fun just driving the boat because it's so slow and clunky. I have nothing positive to say about this game so far, really. Let's just move on to the other modes and be done with it.
Right! Oh yeah, that's the way to start the morning. All that effort for nothing.
Tournament mode has you trying to catch as much bass as possible within a time limit. Plus, you want ones that are large, as weight total is key. The only fish I keep finding, however, were walleye and the such. There was no bass to be found. In the end, I gave up about after 10 minutes. It's just frustrating to control. Plus, the game lacks soul. Just go play Action Bass or Sega Bass Fishing instead.
Oh yeah! Now that's a nice looking fish.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
In the end, I just quit without much to show for it and didn't the weigh-in. I just don't want to play anymore. If your game is so bad control-wise and boring, it's a bad game not worth your time. Like it wasn't mine.
We're ready for the weigh-in. Tough luck. The angler just didn't make the top 5. Here's our final standings.
Speed fishing has you picking a spot to cast from and trying to reel in as many fish as possible within a short time limit. It's a more arcade experience minus the fast-paced fun of Sega Bass Fishing or Action Bass. Heck, it's not even as enjoyable as Big Ol' Bass 2. The last mode is casting game. In this mode, you must cast your lure into circles of varying distance, each one offering a different amount of points. You can extend your time once you reach a milestone of 5,000, 10,000, and 15,000 points. Since the game controls so poorly, you can guess this isn't as fun of an experience. There's no reward, it's just a high score based minigame. Boring. The music is barely there and it randomly cuts off. Sometimes it stays when you hook a fish, but other times it just stops, like a glitch or something.
Oh yeah!
There's a multiplayer option, but I don't have anyone to play with, nor a second controller. Unlike Atari where I can use a single controller to emulate 2 players. Besides, it's not like I'm missing out on anything anyways, cause this game fucking sucks.
Not having too much luck with that lure.
At the end of the day, BassMasters 2000 is a garbage game not worth playing. From its awful graphics, choppy frame rate, and clunky, unintuitive controls, you have to fight more than a fish on your hook. It's just a bad game. I fear what Bass Hunter 64 has to offer. If this game is bad, there's only 2 fishing games for the Nintendo 64, so can the last one redeem this platform? Can we have a decent fishing game of any capacity on the 64? Only time will tell once we get to it. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.